asisto a este foro.
I am attending this forum after taking part in the recovery efforts being carried out in our country following the passage of the monstrous Hurricane Melissa through the eastern provinces of Cuba. We express our solidarity with the brotherly peoples of Jamaica, Haiti, the Dominican Republic, and the Bahamas, who were also struck by this powerful storm. Direct evidence that climate change is real. We must recognize that the global response to climate change is taking place in an unfavorable context. The causes that gave rise to the current crisis have not disappeared. On the contrary, they continue to reproduce themselves in patterns of consumption and unsustainable lifestyles that reinforce inequality and the privileges of hegemonic elites, as to a colonial past that still today perpetuates inequalities among our nations. The foundations of the multilateral climate regime are undermined when the obligations assumed are abandoned, and the nations and peoples who have contributed the least to climate change are left to their fate. The credibility of the multilateral system is also weakened when the unilateral withdrawal from the Paris Agreement on its 10th anniversary by the government of the United States, the world's largest historical emitter, is not condemned. The unusual arms race led by developed countries and the alarming diversion of vast financial resources toward war plans are taking place while the countries of the global south face, every day, the dilemma of turning into reality the goals set out in the Paris Agreement. As we strive to overcome poverty and inequality without the necessary international support. The greatest challenge to the implementation of our national contribution is the unprecedented tightening of the economic, commercial, and financial blockade imposed by the government of the United States against Cuba, including its actions to hinder the willingness of third parties to cooperate with my country. There is no doubt that the blockade, recently condemned by an overwhelming majority at the United Nations General Assembly, constitutes the main obstacle to our development. Let us forge a world without protectionism or unilateralism. Let us mobilize all the political will necessary to reverse current inequities. Let us create the conditions needed to amplify ambition in the implementation of our climate actions.